I have seen many guitarists in the field of music, especially in India, known to me, heard of them. I know for myself, Suraj was one of the best.
Suraj was probably one of the most talented guitar players I've had the pleasure of jamming with. And I've jammed with a lot of guitar players.
Suraj Dutt doesn't need any introduction. We all know how he was. We all know that he was a fantastic musician. He was a top-class guitarist. He was a great human being.
When I met him, he was just perfect. I'm sure all the other bands also agree that he is irreplaceable.
No solo, no riff was ever hard work for Suraj, because it's like how we can hear a statement and we can say it from our mouth, and Suraj could just hear a tune and play it.
When I look at him, I sometimes feel, why am I not a guitarist?
He was beyond the national level. He was of that caliber where he could fit into the international scenario.
Suraj music connection was with me only. It was in my genes. When he was about 5-year-old, he was singing one of Rajkumar's song, which was very difficult in catching the rhythm of the song. Even my orchestra artists were also struggling to get that rhythm. And this boy was singing so nicely. Then they all wondered, even I wondered. When he was studying in 9th standard, if I am correct, he came back from the school. He said he wants to go to Scorpion troupe has come to Bangalore, so I want to watch it. I was just neglecting. I said, no, those shows will be charging heavily, so I can't afford it. I'll not take you, I'm sorry. He said, at least I would like to listen from outside, from the premises. Then I wondered why this kid is asking for that. I took him actually. I had only 1,000 rupees that day. I bargained with one fellow who had a ticket. 2 tickets he had. I think Suraj was very lucky that day. I bargained it and I bought it for only 500 rupees. He gave it. I don't know why. I don't know why. Then for 500 rupees, we both got entered there. He was very, very impressed with the guitarist.
Scorpions was his inspiration. And of course, his father being a musician, he was into it. We kept him away from the field of music because we wanted to give importance to education first. You must be educated to be a musician also. But somehow, whatever we did to keep him away, he was drawn into it. It was beyond our imagination. We never ever thought he would get into so deeply into guitaring. But then he did that very passionately.
He started pestering me for a guitar. Next, the same day evening in Malleshwaram, I got some guitar, box guitar for him. He started learning guitar, playing guitar. From there, I think his music relationship was strongly built. He learned on his own, many things he learned on his own. Just by watching musicians playing on internet or YouTube, he used to see and play. He had a collection of 7,000 to 8,000 songs in his iPod.
Faces with names, without personality.
He was with me in 3 bands. Neolithic Silence, Lucid Dreams, and Yadu Him Siddharth Kamath and I started Bajao. Neolithic Silence used to be a single guitar band until he came in. So bringing him into the band changed the sound of the band entirely. The way, the kind of solos he wrote for Neolithic changed the sound of the band entirely. And with Lucid Dreams, not just guitars, he brought another layer to the music vocally. So he used to always, for some reason, say he didn't like the sound of his own voice, but he could sing beautifully. So he tracked all rhythm guitars and all backing vocals on our first EP, and it sounds godlike. And in Bajao was something we started because we wanted to play music that we've grown up listening to and loved.
Bajao, the love for classic rock music, with Narayan, with Siddharth Kamath, with Venki. It was an incredible journey. Be it the Bangalore gig, be it the Eagleton Vinidhi gig. So many gigs. I mean, every gig is memorable. Every moment is captured in this small brain, and it's beautiful.
If power goes off, even then we were able to hear. He was playing on solid guitars, electronic guitars. Though sound doesn't come, even then he was playing. I think he joined Versus. He started learning and exploring music and everything.
We saw Suraj first when he was playing with bands Inner Skin and Velvet Trap. He was so good. We asked him, "Do you like to play for our band Versus?" He was so kind enough to say yes. And once he joined, I mean, after that, everything got changed. People said our sound multiplied by 100 times. He played his leads and solos so well, they were filled with emotions and it was overflowing with feel.
And that's when the band introduced me to their new guitarist, Suri. And I was blown, my mind was really blown by how a guitarist could pull out such good patches. It was very new to us and it struck me. It really made a big impact.
He was constantly working to, get better at what he was doing. Although he was already phenomenally good at what he was doing, he constantly kept trying things, trying new things, trying new sounds, trying new techniques to become a better musician. He wasn't stuck to genres. He wouldn't say, I'm going to play only pop or only metal or only Bollywood or only one particular language, only English music. Nothing like that. He was open to exploring and enjoying all kinds of music.
How he would transform with each and every band that he played with. Like he was never the same Suri with any band that he played for. So you watch him with Versus, and then you watch him with Brotherly, and then you watch him with Sophistication. He's three completely different Surajas, and three completely different amazing Surajas that you would see. So that is one real good quality.
Our shows in particular, there was he used to jump off stage and go with the crowd and play, and he was very energetic. He was always pumped up. I mean, we've been on the road. We've been on the road and we know how it is. And whatever happens backstage, on stage, he's very energetic and always ready to go.
Metal music or a classic rock genre or a Sufi rock music or a hip hop project. He was putting in all of them. That was his commitment. That was his love towards music, a passion. I see that in a very few people, and Suraj is one of them.
Of course, he did design the artwork for his guitars and kept changing the colors every now and then, spraying paint on it and changing. And he bought many guitars, one after the other on the higher end.
He used to bring photos of some musicians, guitarists, singers, drummers. He used to show and tell me, see, this musician is one of the greatest guitarists in the world. He is one of the greatest drummers in the world. You know what age he died? At 27. I did not know that my son is not going to be there at 27.
Suraj must have won tons of competitions, music competitions, in guitaring, in singing as well. The biggest moment with Suraj was when versus we as a band, we won two of the biggest music competitions in India back then. One was NLS, Strawberry Fields in 2011, and the other was Mood Indigo, IIT Mumbai. And we also got a chance to represent India in an international level battle of bands called as G-Bob. That was when we saw him jump in joy. I mean, he jumped onto Amitu.
He was elated, he was excited. He was too very excited. Because that was his dream. The main reason for him joining NLS was Strawberry Fields. And to win in that edition was something which he dreamt of and an achievement for him. We were happy for him.
I remember once, I think it was at 12:30 in the night, we had a gig at Legends of Rock, and he was like, let's do something fun. And normally you would think when people say let's do something fun, they think, okay, it's a long drunk night, let's go to travel or something like that. And he said, no, let's go to my house. I have a song in my head and I want to write it. And we just went, me, him, this guy called Varun, we all just went to his house and we wrote a song. And it was one of the best tracks that at least I was a part of. This is how he was. He was always living in the moment. He didn't care about the past that had already happened. He didn't care about the future, which is amazing because he lived every moment to the fullest, and that's what made him such an exceptional human being. He was such a loving human being. He would give all his to anything he's doing, let it be a friendship, love, or the band. He would give his 100%. I remember when he dropped out of law school, he said, I didn't like doing law school, and he went and did a degree in BSc in English, I think, in Joseph's, and he aced it because he loved doing it. He completely aced the degree after dropping out of law school, which is amazing according to me. And that's what Suraj was. He would live every moment the way he wanted to, and he would live it fully, and being very honest to himself and honest to the people around him.
He was smart, he was intelligent, he was witty, he was funny, he was a traveler. He used to love traveling, he used to love biking, cars.
He was very particular about three things. One was eating, appetite for eating, tasty foods. Wherever it was available, he used to go and have it. Second thing was passion for driving. That's why he got him Punto. And that was also Punto emotion. He was a very emotional person. He enjoyed it like anything.
Driving was one of his passions in addition to music. He drove to Pune and Mumbai by car continuously without allowing anyone else to drive. It was that much of passion that he had.
No matter where he went, because I lived close to his house, he used to give me a call and ask me if I wanted to, join him on a drive. And we just used to go have fun listening to some great music to which he introduced me to, and I continue to listen to even today. So Suraj was a conversationalist who had knowledge about pretty much everything under the sun. And the road trips that I did with him, like every now and then, was so amazing and so fruitful that we used to have so much fun. I mean, I really miss those days.
We had a lot of fun. He was always the fun guy. I mean, whenever we were on the road and we were tired and we want to sleep, he'd be the guy who would say, no, let's go out, let's go to the beach or let's go somewhere. And we'd be like, no man, we're tired, we need to sleep. And he used to be like, dude, we can't do this tomorrow.
I still remember this day where we were all chilling. I was at home. Suri randomly calls me and is like, what are you doing, Ra? Come over. And he said he was making some pasta at home. It was so good. It was so yummy that I went back home, and a couple of days later, I was turking for another pasta that Suri made. And I sent him a message and I asked him for the recipe, to which he responded in a Facebook message. And I think somewhere in the inbox I still have that message. So sometime when I try to make a pasta, there is that little Suri's recipe that I sort of adapt. So
we were doing this festival in Ooty, and we were driving back and in Suri's car, and we came across an elephant, and we got charged by the elephant, and we made quite a getaway, and it was quite an unnerving experience actually at that point, but we laughed a lot about it.
It was the best 3 days. It was the Blue Frog tour in Mumbai and Pune. So we took a drive in his Punto, which he used to call the Shadow Fax. So it was a 3-day long drive to Pune Blue Frog. We finished a show there. We got caught by cops. we had to do a lot of arguing. He played the bad cop, I played the good cop. And we finished Mumbai. And the whole way back, I drove. And he passed out. That was the first time I think he slept in a car while Scorpions was playing.
He was still passionate about songs from all movies, from Tollywood, Bollywood, Sandalwood, any music. He knew Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, Hindi songs. At least these 4 languages he used to listen to. Rajkumar's old hits and all he used to like. He used to like Jaggesh's movies, full of humor. He liked humor a lot. But he used to enjoy. Cartoon Network was one more passion of his.
Stick to doing what he wanted to do, and he wouldn't give a shit about what anybody else had to say. If he thought and felt something was right, that's what Suraj would do. And you couldn't make him change his way or try a different approach or any of those things. That's why we used to fight also, but that was one of the most endearing things about him. He wouldn't budge.
So he used to help me to play guitar, record it for me, and I used to sing the tunes, take it to the producers and give it. He used to bang me like anything. Whenever I sung these songs, actually, he used to tell me, why can't you sing on keys? You are not maintaining the Shruti key. And whenever he recorded something, whenever he records his compositions and all, he used to call him and show me, how is this, how is that? Sometimes it used to be off the beat or something like that, or off the key or something like that. I used to tell him, see, this is off the beat, it's not on the rhythm. Either it should be on the rhythm after the beat or before the beat. He used to say, you don't know what is the progressive music. This is what is going on in the music field. Being orthodox is not going to help you. So I have to be like this.
2 days before the main event, I had this amazing plan of playing football by using a plastic water bottle. Before even stepping out, Suraj warned me, bro, don't go play football. Like a day before the event, you might break your leg or something like that. He warned me and I didn't listen to him. What happens next? I sprained my leg so badly that I couldn't even move or I couldn't even walk. I should have just listened to you once.
'Too humble, too innocent. Innocent as a human being, but very knowledgeable. He didn't believe in degrees and diplomas. He believed in acquiring knowledge, and which he did to a great extent. He was not proud, rather, in what he had in him, whether it was knowledge or music or anything. He would still ask everyone, what is this, what is that, like a small child. He was more of a child till the last moment.
1 o'clock in the night, if you call, one person's going to pick up the phone. That is Suraj, and he's been inspirational to so many people. And as a person, as a human being, as a guitarist, as a musician, as a songwriter, he's an inspiration that Bangalore unfortunately lost a little too soon, but he lives on for a very, very long time to come.
He was a part of my family. There wasn't a single gig, a single party, or a single vacation my wife and I went to without him. He had a place in our house. He wasn't particularly confrontational, but he was always honest. He wouldn't simply talk.
A lot of other musicians, he surely inspired me to become better, and I'm, still doing it for the last 12 years. So thanks, Suraj, for continuing to inspire people, and we all miss you.
After his graduation, he joined some IT companies for a job. But there he was not happy with the work because music was pulling him like anything. One fine day he said, "I am going to quit the job." I said, "I am the first person to be very happy. I want you to be a musician only. And whatever support you want, we are ready to support."
We were happy to encourage him in whatever he wanted to do. And this was one thing which gave us a lot of happiness and pleasure also, to see him grow as a musician. We knew he was talented. We knew about his passion for music. But in spite of that, we didn't get an option to watch him perform live, except the videos. We're happy with that at least. At least there's something for us to watch. And very happy to be parents of Suraj for what he achieved in such a small span of time. Because he was too humane. He always felt for people who were needy in any aspect. We started a foundation, Suraj's name, Suraj Dutt Memorial and Charitable Foundation. We plan to have schemes where we encourage musicians who really need help, basically financially, then support, encouragement. This year for his birthday, every time we used to go to the village to celebrate it. This year we went to an old age home and gave them a day's expense in his name.
In 2011, when we decided to make an official video of one of our songs, Threshold, he was super excited. I mean, he gave lots of ideas, creative ideas, and he put in lots of efforts during the making of his video. We were never able to release this video till now, but now we are so delighted that we are releasing Threshold music video. He is so much alive in this. We are so happy to see him again with us. We miss you. We love you, Suraj.
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 Love you, Suraj. We always will.
We love you, Suraj.